Boys and girls, we have been studying social studies. Can everybody repeat that word?
Social studies.
Social studies and history. Can everybody say history?
History.
Who can tell me what history is? Let's see. Yes, Melly.
Something from a long time ago, like when we study it, it's like something like, let's say our ancestors are from our history.
Very good. Yasmeli just told us that history is something that happened a long time ago. For example, our ancestors are part of history. Do you agree with Yasmeli or do you disagree? Very good. I see a lot of thumbs up, and that is very good because, yes, history is something that that had already happened many years ago. And it really doesn't have to be many years ago. Can it be yesterday?
Yes.
Yes, that's history. It already happened. Okay. So, who remembers what the U.S. used to look before?
Water.
Does anybody know what the United States looked like many, many years ago? Miriam?
One whole country.
Okay, one whole country. Eva?
Desert.
Like a desert? Okay. Well, that is what we're going to be learning today, boys and girls. Okay? And I want you to look at your shoulder partner. Okay? Everybody has a shoulder partner?
Yes.
And this is what you're going to do. I'm going to give you a few seconds and you're going to discuss. You are going to discuss about the 13 colonies. What do you know about the 13 colonies? Okay, go. Okay, excellent job. So, I'm going to pick Joanna. What did you and your shoulder partner discuss about the 13 colonies? What do you know about the 13 colonies?
That in total they were a number of 13.
Okay, so the total is 13. Okay.
A yellow.
Brazella, what did you and your shoulder partner discuss about what we know about the 13 colonies?
That it was like
They were states,
pick a yellow one.
and you said something else. They were like states. They were like states. Mario, what did you and your elbow partner discuss about what you know about the...
It was old. It happened a long time ago.
Okay. So, it was old. Does anybody have something different? Jasmine now. They were there before us. So,
They had dinosaurs.
they were there before. Okay, listen for directions. I want you guys to go back to your team when I say go. And you guys are going to work as a team. Put your heads together to discuss what do we want to know about the 13 colonies. Okay. Can you tell your elbow partner what are we going to do when we go back to our seats?
We're going to put our hands together and discuss
What we want to know.
Okay. David G. Can you tell your class? Sorry, David O. Can you tell your classmates what are we gonna do when we go back to our seats?
You're gonna put your heads together and discuss what we want to know.
Do you agree or disagree with David? Okay, so everybody please go back to your seat and discuss.
I disagree.
Okay, thank you. I gave every team a sticky note. On your sticky note, I want you guys to write the question that you guys came up with. Okay? What did you guys come up? What do you want to know about the 13 colonies? I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do that. Purple team, I see a problem. How are we going to solve this problem? Okay, so let's contribute. Write down your question, please. Excellent job. I really like how green and orange team discussed what they want to know about the 13 colonies, and they wrote down their question. They are ready to move on. I'm going to go ahead and give them 5 points each. Okay, green team, can you please tell me what your question is? What do you want to know about the 13 colonies? Okay, very good question. For how long have the 13 colonies existed? Okay. Orange team, what is your question?
How did people live there?
How did people live there? Purple team, what do you want to know about the 13? And which team am I missing? Pink team.
Who were the presidents where was the colonies?
Okay, who were the presidents of the colonies? Who were the presidents of the colonies? Okay. These are all very good questions, boys and girls. And we are going to stop here with our questions about the colonies because we're going to answer them when we read the selection. Okay? Now, I want you all to come meet me at the carpet in everybody. Thank you. Okay, boys and girls. Well, the 13 colonies were the 13 states that helped build the United States. How many states do we have today in our nation?
50.
I don't hear you.
50.
50. That is how the 13 colonies are represented in our flag. Ariadna? Quite, yes, Melly?
By the striped lines?
Very good. Can you please repeat that?
The striped lines?
The stripes on the flag are 13. Those are the 13 colonies, boys and girls, because they were the original. Everybody say original.
Original.
Those are the original states. Okay, you want to know an interesting fact? If you lived in the United States back in 1787, that's a long time ago. Is that history?
Yes.
Yes. You would have been part of a great adventure. Okay? The United States was a very new country back then. Okay? It had just declared its independence from England. That is why we celebrate what?
4th of July.
The 4th of July. Very good. Okay, so this country was just starting out. Okay? And we had our founding fathers. The founding fathers are the men who decided to make one country instead of every state being here and there or just this piece of land that belongs to England. They made the United States, okay? The leaders of the 13 colonies decided to organize a league. Can everybody say league?
League.
What's another word for a league? Does anybody have an idea? Well, a league is like a team, okay? And this team, there were delegates. Can everybody say delegates?
Delegates.
Okay, delegates were our founding fathers, and they got together to build the Articles of Confederation. Can everybody say that?
Articles of Confederation.
Okay. The first state from the 13 colonies was Massachusetts. Can everybody say that? Massachusetts. Okay. And then New Jersey. Can everybody say that?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. We have Maryland.
Maryland.
Then we have Delaware. Can you say it? Delaware. We have a state that starts with a V. Who can?
Virginia.
Virginia. And then we have the two sisters. They are North Carolina and South Carolina. Can you guys say the name again?
North Carolina and South Carolina.
North and South Carolina. Has anybody visited one of these states? Nobody has been to one of these states? The last one is Georgia. Can you say that?
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay. How many? 13. These are the
13 colonies.
very good. These boys and girls are the 13 colonies. The 13 colonies. Okay. I want you to observe. Can everybody say observe?
Observe.
And then point to your eyes. Because when we observe, we look at very closely. So look at the 13 colonies. This was the U.S. before. I want you to look at the 13 colony of the. Try to find the 13 colonies in our country today. Cesar, can you please come up and point at them?
They're right here.
Do you agree or disagree? Very good. Because this right here, boys and girls, was the beginning of the entire country. Okay? The leaders of the 13 colonies, boys and girls, decided to organize the team. Okay? They decided to organize a team and make rules for the team. Because they wanted everybody to contribute. Can you say contribute?
Contribute
in making a strong, solid nation. Okay? And the rules they made were called the Articles of Confederation. Can everybody say Articles of Confederation?
Articles of Confederation.
And all this is, they are rules, okay? Because back then, these rules were not very well organized, boys and girls, okay? They were not really united as a whole nation. Rather, each of the states, each one of these states, boys and girls, were like its own country. They had their own rules. They did what they thought was correct. So were they cooperating together?
Yes.
If each state has their own rules, are they contributing?
No.
No, they were not contributing. So the Articles of Confederation, everybody look at this picture. The Articles of Confederation also did not have very strong rules for raising money for this team. Is money important?
Yes.
Yes, money is very important for our country. And the United States didn't have a solid money to pay, for example, for an army, for a navy. What is the army and the navy?
It's soldiers.
They save the world.
They're soldiers. They save the world. They protect our country, right?
But the navies
Think about it.
Marines. Like Marines.
Okay. Think about it. Can the United States be protected if the soldiers do not have any weapons?
No.
Remember that we need money to buy weapons, right? Okay, so they didn't have enough money, boys and girls. And so if you lived they were not united. So if you lived in, let's say, New York, you thought of yourself as a New Yorker. You are not a U.S. citizen. Okay? What would you be right now? Where do you live?
New Mexico.
We live in New Mexico. So back then, you were not considered a U.S. citizen. You were a New Mexican. Does that sound odd now?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, because that shows that they were not part of one nation. Okay. So people from your state probably didn't trust other people in the state. And if you were a farmer and you went to, let's say, New Hampshire, you couldn't buy things there. Okay, because each state, boys and girls, had their own money. Okay? Back then also, the United States was not getting off to a very good start. Many of the state's leaders decided to organize a better team. And this is what they are doing right now. Do you see people together?
Yes.
That is when they decided to come together and decided to hold a meeting in Philadelphia. Where did they got together?
Philadelphia.
Okay, so this is where they decided to get together. That was the point. That was the point of reunion, okay? They met there. Okay? Except for one state in the 13 colonies. Who was it?
Rhode Island.
Very good. I'm impressed. Rhode Island, boys and girls, decided they were not going to go. They didn't send a representative. And I chose this picture. Can everybody take a look at this picture?
Yeah.
This picture represents how Rhode Island, look at all the 13 colonies. They are 12 colonies, are connected except for Rhode Island. They decided not to send everybody. Were they contributing
No.
to building a strong nation? No. Is that good or bad?
Bad.
That is bad, okay? So, like I was telling you, in order to form one nation, they had to make things no longer treat each state as a separate country, okay? They built a strong government, and this government was called, what do you think it was called? That's a person. The rules they wrote to create a national government was called the Constitution of the United States. Can you repeat that?
The Constitution of the United States.
I didn't hear this right. This is wrong. We're not going to do that. So, can you guys do whatever you want? No, we have rules we have to follow. But do you guys have rights and you can defend yourself? Yes, we do. Okay, so we are going to learn a chant that's going to help us remember the names of our 13 colonies. Do you want to learn that chant? Okay, everybody please stand up calmly and come meet me over here by the closet. Let's make a circle around. Go around, blue team, that's fine, so that we can all see it. And I'm going to begin singing it. You guys are going to repeat it with me. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. This chant is called the 13 Colonies Cadence. And it was written by Angie St. John. Can everybody say her name?
Angie St. John.
Thank you. Okay, so are we ready to sing?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't know what you've been told. The 13 colonies are very old.
I don't know what you've been told. The 13 colonies are very old.
Originated back in 1607.
Originated back in 1607.
Now I'm going to say sound off and you guys read the next section, okay? Sound off.
Freedom.
Sound off.
Immigration.
Sound off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 13 colonies.
Pay taxes to Britain's king. Tired of that and dump tea into the sea.
Pay taxes to Britain's king. Tired of that and dump tea into the sea.
Formed a new nation and freedom began.
Formed a new nation and freedom began.
New England were really grew. Sound off.
1, 2, 3, 4.
New Hampshire. People came from all around.
People came from all around.
Religious freedom is what they found.
Religious freedom is what they found.
Landing on the Atlantic coast.
Landing on the Atlantic southern colonies.
Sound off. Sound off.
The colonies.
Sound off.
1, 2, 3, 4. Virginia.
Very good. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay, go ahead and get in line, please.